To enter data for an assessment in Homeroom Classroom, you're going to start from your Clever page where you'll find the Classroom app. It's the big green square that has a CR on it. Or you could start from your Google, anywhere on Google with the Google waffle. If you're signed in with your school district account, you can scroll to the bottom of the waffle and you'll see Classroom there as well. Once you get into the Classroom app, on the left-hand side, scroll down to the tab that says Gradebooks and click on My Gradebooks. Once you get in there, you'll see a gradebook with your name, or if you teach multiple periods, you'll see one for each period of your day. Click on your gradebook, and that will take you into your options here. You don't need to edit or change any of these things. Please do not make any edits here. The main thing that you can do is come into Assignments and go down to the Add, Edit, View Assignments tab. From there, you'll see a list of any current or past assignments that you have, and on the far right, there's a little gear, which will give you some options if you want to print the assessment or print the key for it. You can also click on the Taker button to preview what it looks like for students if it's an assessment that students would take on here, as this one is an example of that. You can also click Export if you want to download a spreadsheet of the data after you've entered scores. So when you're ready to go in and score, you're going to click on the name of the assessment. And then at the top, you're going to go across to Scoring. And that will open up something that looks kind of like a spreadsheet in here, but you'll see I do not have the option to edit any of these right now. In order to add scores, you need to come to this gear in the corner and click on the button Score in Grid. That will open it up in an editable way. One thing to notice that this is an elementary school reading test that students will take online, so there's many different kinds of questions in here. So I'm going to show you some different options. If you're just coming in to enter data, for many of the assessments that we use, all you'll be doing is entering point values essentially. And if that's the case, you would just see a box like this, an empty box, and you could click in and type with your keyboard however many points that student had. For this assessment, some of these are multiple choice questions, and if the student took the test online, their answers would pop up here automatically. If you're entering data from the multiple choice questions, you can click in the box and click on the letter that goes with the answers the student chose. The one with the asterisk means that's the correct answer. And the box will automatically color code to show you whether it was correct or incorrect. As you're adding the students' answers, it will update the final score as you go along, and that will again color code as you go to show their overall level of their assessment. So this is a multiple choice question. This one is actually called a multi-select, where they need to choose two. It's a multiple choice, but they need to choose two answers and get them both to get it correct. If you hover over these at the top, you can see more information about the question. If you have a multi-select question where students need to choose multiple options, then you just type in the box the letters that go along with it. You don't have to add a space, but you can just you can do capital or lowercase. See, B and D are the correct answers, so it turned green. If I had C, and D, that would be red, and it would not give them a point. B and D is correct, so you can see it changed the final score to 1 because it gave them this point. Here's another multiple choice that, let's say they got this one correctly. This question is not a question. That's why there's a line through it. It's actually just instructions for the student that this is going to be a two-part question, and then they'll have answers and points for these next two sections. So this is just not a scored actual question on the test. The line through it means there's nothing to enter there. So we'll add their answers for part A and part B. And then here, this is an actual scored response question where they can earn 0, 1, or 2 points. So if I already have scored this test, I could give them the points that they earned. If they only earned 1, it will turn yellow, and you can see their final score adjusting as it goes. I can save that when I'm ready.